Cleopatra, a name that has echoed through history as one of the most famous and influential queens to have ever lived. But her story is not just one of beauty and seduction. It is a story of survival, strategy, and political genius. In this video, we will unravel the myths and explore the real story of Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt. Born into the Ptolemaic dynasty, Cleopatra was not a rags-to-riches figure. She inherited the throne from her father, Ptolemy XII, and began her reign in a kingdom already rich in history and culture. But her early rule was not without struggle. She co-ruled with her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, who was just 10 years old. In the palace, her ambitions clashed with those of the nobles, leading to her eventual exile. Cleopatra's early reign faced immediate challenges. Her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, was backed by powerful nobles who saw Cleopatra as a threat. Eventually, she was forced into exile, leaving the city of Alexandria behind. But Cleopatra was far from defeated. In exile, Cleopatra realized that she needed a powerful ally to regain her throne. She saw her chance when Julius Caesar, the most powerful man in Rome, arrived in Egypt. In a daring move, Cleopatra famously smuggled herself into Caesar's presence, rolled up in a luxurious carpet. This bold act of diplomacy would change the course of her life forever. With Caesar's military support, Cleopatra returned to power. A bloody civil war broke out between Cleopatra's forces and those loyal to her brother. With Caesar's legions behind her, Cleopatra emerged victorious, reclaiming her throne. But Cleopatra was not just a pawn in Caesar's game, she was a co-ruler, and together they forged a powerful alliance. Despite her rise to power, Cleopatra's reign wasn't one of military conquest. Unlike many other rulers of her time, Cleopatra focused on diplomacy and economic stability. Under her leadership, Egypt's trade routes flourished, and she worked to strengthen ties with Rome, ensuring Egypt's prosperity. Her focus was on survival in a rapidly changing world. After Julius Caesar's assassination, Cleopatra needed a new Roman ally. Enter Mark Antony, one of Rome's most powerful generals. Cleopatra formed a personal and political alliance with Antony, and together they ruled a vast empire. But their relationship wasn't just about romance, it was about power. Antony gave Cleopatra the military support she needed, and in return she offered him wealth and influence in Egypt. However, Cleopatra and Antony's alliance faced a major threat. Octavian, Caesar's adopted son, declared war on them. The decisive battle took place at sea, at Actium, in 31 BCE. Despite their combined forces, Cleopatra and Antony suffered a crushing defeat. Their dreams of ruling the empire together crumbled before their eyes. With Antony dead and their forces defeated, Cleopatra faced capture by Octavian. Rather than be paraded through Rome as a prisoner, she chose to end her own life. According to legend, Cleopatra allowed a venomous snake to bite her, choosing death over dishonor. It was the final dramatic act in a life filled with ambition, power, and tragedy. Cleopatra's story has been told and retold throughout history, often reducing her to a mere seductress. But Cleopatra was much more than that. She was a survivor, a strategist, and a queen who played the game of power in a world dominated by men. Her legacy endures not just because of her beauty, but because of her intelligence, political savvy, and relentless determination to protect her kingdom. Cleopatra's reign was not one of conquest, but of survival in a time of great upheaval. She navigated the complex politics of Rome, forged powerful alliances, and maintained Egypt's independence in the face of overwhelming odds. While her story may not be one of military victories, it is one of incredible resilience. Cleopatra was, in every sense, a great queen.